In just a blink of an eye, my life had changed completely. Swinging on a swing set with my best friend Shira, when I saw my mom fall down our neighbor's concrete stairs. Less than 2 days later, my brother and I had to adjust to a whole new lifestyle and environment. As crazy as this may sound, this was one of the best life changes for my brother and I. Growing up, my brother and I had lived a crazy life. Our mom seemed to only date drunks and crackheads. We moved almost every couple months, and within just a few years, my brother and I had been to almost 5 to 6 different schools. Our mom could barely afford to raise my brother and I. To just try and get by, she would steal, sell her pills, and pawn some of the more expensive belongings. This all went on for about 12 years of my life, up until one crazy fight happened. I was in 7th grade, I had just gotten home from school, and went over to my best friend Shira's house. We were swinging on her swing set behind her house when all of a sudden I saw my mom fall down the concrete stairs. I immediately ran up to my house to see what was going on. When I got up to my house, my mom and stepmom were physically fighting. I jumped in between them to try and stop them, but they kept fighting. Soon my mom fell to the ground, both with blood all over them. The fight had ended. Within a short amount of time, the cops had arrived. They stepped into our house and told me to turn around as they read my mom her Miranda rights. As I screamed and cried and begged them not to take her, the police car had pulled away. I had no one around. My stepdad was at a bar, getting drunk, and my brother was out with his friends. I ran to Shira's house scared, not knowing what was going to happen. If my brother and I were going to become orphans, where we were going to live, I was clueless. When Matt got home, he came to Shira's as I broke the news to him. He was in shock. Soon after, my brother got a call from our grandfather. The next day, our grandfather picked us up from school and told us that we will be living with him and our grandmother Susie for a while. A week later, Matt and I were started at another new school, Warm Springs Middle. Matt was always good at adjusting to new schools and making new friends, but not me. When I started at Warm Springs, I was very disobedient, but mostly because I did not want to be here. I wanted to be with my mom, and I wanted to go back home. It took me almost a year to adjust to living with my grandparents. I would act out in school and at home. I didn't get good grades, and I hung around all the wrong people. 8th grade came about, and I joined the cheerleading squad. I made new friends who convinced me to take honors classes. They kept me out of trouble and in check with my grades and attitude. The summer before my freshman year, I became a lot more respectful to my grandparents, but I still got into some trouble. It wasn't until I joined the high school varsity cheer team that I got my attitude in check. My grandparents would threaten taking cheerleading away to keep me out of trouble and to keep me. And to me, cheerleading was the reason I enjoyed going to school, because it helped me make so many new friends, and I knew if I didn't cheer, then I might have gone back to my old ways. My grandparents really helped my brother and I develop into more obedient, athletic, and educated young teens. By the end of my senior year, my brother had graduated from boot camp and sent to South Korea. I was a straight-A student who became very involved in our school. I became part of teen court, student council, National Honor Society, and an after-school program that helps tutor middle schoolers. I was also on the varsity cheer team all 4 years, and boys basketball stats. I ran track. While doing all these, I managed to keep my grades up, work a good job, and hang out with my friends and family. In conclusion, I never really imagined my life being where it is today, and I honestly couldn't have done it without the help of such amazing friends, but most importantly, my grandparents. Without them, I wouldn't be who I am and where I am today. Even though to get to where my brother and I are now was a rough road, I wouldn't change it any other way. I believe all the harsh situation my brother and I went through really helped us learn and grow. We now have motivation to not live a bad life, to be successful, and to live a happy life. I am so very thankful for everyone who has helped me and guided me and kept me on the right track.
Yay!